Hello viewers, welcome to 7Facts. Before understanding the concept of mRNA vaccines, let's see how coronavirus invades the body. By now, we all know that coronavirus has spikes around it. They are called spike proteins. Once coronavirus enters the body, the first thing coronavirus does is to attach its spikes on the receptor of host cell. Coronavirus attacks only some specific cell receptors called ACE2 receptor, which are found in lungs, heart, kidneys, and intestine. These spikes present in virus acts as a key to enter into the cell. Our cell has receptors which binds with the spikes of virus, thinking it as a friendly material and allows it to enter into it without knowing that they are permitting an enemy into them. The virus cannot reproduce itself and hence it needs the help of ribosome to do so. After entering into the host cell, the next thing the virus does is to search for ribosome, which is like a copier to produce proteins. Once it gets the ribosome, the virus passes its RNA. The RNA is a genetic blueprint for developing more coronaviruses. This RNA goes as input for ribosome and comes as a viral proteins. These viral proteins are combined and formed into a new coronavirus which pops out from the cell membrane. This process continues till the host cell finally gets destroyed due to lack of space and overloading of coronavirus. Each host cell can generate millions of coronaviruses which then gets released from the cell and searches for a new host cell. And this is how the coronavirus finally invades the body. Now, let's see how the vaccines work against the coronavirus. Our immune system is usually slow in producing antibodies against the coronavirus, as it takes time to understand the spike protein to create antibodies. By the time our bodies start developing the antibodies, a coronavirus gets its time to invade other host cells and create maximum damage to the system. This is where the vaccines come into the picture. The basic idea of the vaccine is not to kill the coronavirus, which many of us do not know. No vaccines are created to kill the virus, but to trigger the immune response. mRNA vaccines are new age vaccines which do not go with the traditional way of using dead viruses or inactive viruses. In mRNA vaccines, a small fragment of the RNA from coronavirus is taken. This small RNA fragment called mRNA is responsible to create the spike proteins only and not the whole virus. This mRNA is encapsulated in a lipid layer and injected into the body. These lipid layers enters into the cell along with the mRNA. After entering into the cell, these mRNA are released and finds the ribosomes to synthesize the spike proteins. As said earlier, the mRNA contains only the information to synthesize the spike protein and not the whole virus as such. The host cell starts creating the copies of the spike proteins which are harmless and released from the cell. Once released, the human immune system detects these spikes and triggers the immune response. The immune system starts creating the antibodies for the spike proteins and finally destroys them. This immune response is registered in memory cells or B cells of the body. Next time when the coronavirus attacks the body, these B cells will produce the antibodies right away without any delay, which destroys the virus before it starts spreading. This mRNA technique is relatively quick to develop the vaccine. All we have to do is the RNA sequence of the virus. Also, as this technique produces only a tiny part of the virus, we cannot get sick from it. On the other hand, the traditional vaccines uses dead or inactive viruses to trigger the response with mild symptoms. Both Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are mRNA-based vaccines which are available in market. And both these vaccines have shown the efficacy rate of 95% and above, which clearly amplifies the importance of this mRNA technology. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more facts, please do subscribe and click on the bell button. Please be safe and stay home. See you soon in another video. Till then, bye bye.